Hi folks, welcome to another episode of Better Call Sal. Today I am here at the Polski Exchange, which is an incubator for local businesses and startups. And I'm joined with Kevin Hooper from Hanging with Mr. Hooper. So Kev, I've got a question as far as forecasting. Why is sales forecasting necessary?
It's a wonderful question because almost every salesperson I've ever run into hates it, doesn't really want to do it. But here's the critical part. If you don't understand the book of business that you're working on currently, and you've made a commitment to try to bring that book of business in at a certain level, in a certain time frame, you don't know what the gap is between that and your quota. And the only way for you to get to your quota is to know what that gap is so you know what to fill it with. So that's from the perspective of the salesperson. That's why forecasting should be important, so that you have some idea of how you're going to get to your quota. From a business standpoint, if you're dealing in physical assets, you need to manage the supply chain so that these things are available when your customer wants them and to deliver on them. From a virtual asset perspective, you need to understand what is the timeline associated with dealing with statements of work and closing contracts, all of which require manpower. And so what you're doing as the salesperson is that thin end of the wedge in front of the customer. You're essentially providing your customer with a warm, fuzzy feeling that they are going to actually get the product or service on time and at the level that they're signing for. And that all comes from the ability you have to be able to predict the size of this opportunity and when it's going to come in, and that's your forecast.
Great. So I would also like to expand on that, where a lot of times sales forecasting, as you mentioned, salespeople are very me-centric, where they think that sales forecasting is primarily for them. I think that's really far from the truth. I think part of it is. However, the rest of the business needs to know. So for example, executives need to know how much revenue is coming in so they can allocate resources accordingly. Development teams need to know so they can develop it. Implementation teams need to know what the next client is going to be. So thank you, Kevin. Love your insight. Folks, thank you for joining. This has been another episode of Better Call Sal.